Hi everyone, and welcome to the start of our strange and bizarre 3-week. I am Dr. Lee, and today what we're going to do is just go over the syllabus, do a little bit of a course introduction, and talk about the final project. So like I said, my name is Dr. Lee. I grew up in Chicago. I went to school, both undergrad and grad school in Atlanta. I did my postdoc at Rice in Houston, and now I'm here at Sweetbriar. Throughout this course and moving forward in your Sweetbriar careers, if you guys want to get in touch with me, I'd prefer that you email me. For those of you with limited internet access, I set up a Google Voice number. That number is here, so you can text or call if you want to. This course, like I said, is going to be a little difficult. Core courses tend to have more students, a greater enrollment, and because we've got so many people in so many different parts of the world with different access to the internet and to network connections, we're going to meet asynchronously. And what this looks like is me posting videos just like the one you're watching now, and you watching these videos and doing the reading, emailing me if you have any questions. We're going to talk a little bit more about what that looks like. And since we're meeting remotely, my office hours, rather than having a set time, are going to be by appointment. So if you want to go over anything, whether it's related to class or the outside world, just send me an email and we'll set up an appointment. I'll send you a conferencing link so we can do that. So caveat emptor, which is Latin for buyer beware, this is going to be the strangest incarnation of the 3-week you ever have. These are new and different times. And this course, as a result, is not going to look like what you've been hearing about CORE180. So when we go over this syllabus, note that this plan for the class has been made in good faith. It's been made with all your wants and needs in mind. But please let me know if anything's unclear or if you need to work out a special arrangement, either due to an accommodation or limited internet access or whatever. The important thing is that you maintain this line of communication with me so I can know what's going on. So like I said, for the next 3 weeks, we're going to have asynchronous classes, and this will help us address different questions of access for everyone, and whether that access is one of internet, whether it's one of time or space, we're going to host these classes that you can watch these videos on your own term. And the good news is you already know what this looks like because you're watching this video right now. It's going to look like me posting short videos. This video, we're going to do all in one swoop, but in the future, I'm going to break it up into smaller parts, so it's going to be easier to digest moving forward. In addition to the videos, I'm going to post the slide decks on our Canvas page. And keep in mind that the slide decks will contain more information than the videos will have. So it's important that you go through the videos and the slides on your own. On top of that, we're going to have reading, both applied readings and theoretical readings, to really solidify those concepts and apply these foundations that we're learning to issues of personal finance. And finally, I know I say this in text, but it's worth repeating. Let me take this opportunity to urge you all to be good citizens, not just of your individual communities, but of Sweetbriar. I know these are strange times, so if you notice that your friends or peers or cohort is struggling, please do your part to lend a hand, and I promise I will do the same on my end. So with that moving forward, even though this doesn't look like the traditional incarnation of CORE180, what is CORE180? It's a leadership class, and the goal is to provide a broad understanding of economic and logical concepts. And what we hope that you can do with these concepts is develop not only financial literacy, but also understand the way in which economists view the world. And this is particularly important for leadership because of the way markets work, the way financial systems work, the way institutions and organizations work. And in doing so, we hope you'll also have a plan in place for your financial future. There's no required text for this 3-week. Everything that you need, I will be posting to Canvas. But because you're going to need that network connectivity, that network access, that computing capability, if you don't have these things, you need to reach out to me immediately. And again, if you can't do it via email, please use that Google text number I provided. So with an eye towards Canvas, you should be checking Canvas daily. When I say daily, I mean weekdays. I'm not asking you to do too much on the weekends. But on Canvas, I'll post the readings, I'll post the slide decks, I'll post links to these videos, and you'll also be able to use this system for checking your grades. So, what are your grades going to look like? Well, we've got one midterm. I'll make more details about it available over Canvas, but it's about halfway through the 3-week. We've got article evaluations, which are once a week. You can pick one of the readings we did, one of the applied readings we did, and send me an evaluation of it. It should be no more than a page. It should include a brief summary of the article, why it's an important question, and talk about the argument they've presented in it. I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we evaluate arguments in our lecture tomorrow, so don't worry about that too much right now. But these evaluations are due over email by midnight each Friday. So before Saturday over email, and again, more details will be provided on Canvas. Your first article evaluation is actually due by the end of the day today, and it has nothing to do with the article at all. All you need to do is introduce yourself and include this key text in your article, which is, I have read the syllabus and agreed to the policies it outlines. Since the point of this email is for me to get to know you, since I won't be doing these face-to-face lectures, please take some time to introduce yourself a little bit. Let me know anything you want me to know about you, including the name by which you like to be addressed. And if you have any questions for me, please ask them in the email, and you guys can ask me anything, and I'll try and post another video answering your questions moving forward. The next part of your grade, these course check-ins. And this is what would look like a participation grade in a standard 3-week term. But because I can't really gauge your participation remotely, all you have to do is email me once a week. The date I picked is Thursday. But all you have to do is say in 1 or 2 sentences how you studied that week. And the answer can be that you didn't study that week, and that's perfectly valid because, like I said, these are strange and weird times. But you still need to send that email because I want your honest feedback, and this is a completion grade. So even if you didn't study that week, you still need to send me an email saying, I did not study this week, or phrase it however you like, and you'll get your participation credit. We also have a final project, and I know it sounds weird to talk about the final project in our introductory class, but the 3-week moves fast. So this slide you're seeing right now, the text is taken from the final project assignment, not from the syllabus, but the final project in dollars and cents is to make a budget. It is dollars and cents after all. And this budget is going to be 3 parts: a monthly budget, a short-term savings plan, and a long-term savings plan. But to tie this all together, you also need to write up what's going on in your budget. Now this brings me to a very important point, which is this write-up has an initial due date where you should send me a rough draft of your budget. And this is going to be an informal draft. You don't need to do any math. I don't need to see your spreadsheet. But Friday, May 1st, I want an informal draft of your write-up, which should have information about your job, where that job is, how much money you think you're going to make during that job, what you think your expenses are going to look like, and what you hope to do in retirement. And when I say anticipated job, I'm talking about entry-level positions. So in the past, people have submitted budgets that say, I'm going to make $1 million selling my yarn dolls on Etsy. Now, if you think you're going to do that, that's fine, but it's our job in dollars and cents to interrogate some of those assumptions. So if you think you're going to do that, I'm going to want to see sales numbers. For those of you who aren't doing that, I want to see entry-level positions and how much you're making right off the bat. What is your budget going to look like in your final project? Well, and again, there's more information contained in the actual assignment, but like I said, it should just look like a monthly budget, a short-term savings plan, a 5-year savings plan or more, and a retirement plan. And the goal here is to get you thinking about your future and to equip you with the tools it takes to make a budget. So this is more important to you than it is to me. But keep in mind that the tools here should help you, and these tools should exist for you moving forward. So in the past, some people have asked questions like, well, should I formulate my budget this way or that way? And the answer is, how is it going to work best for you? So the final write-up, a spreadsheet document and a write-up, will be due to me via email Monday the 11th. So we've been talking about what our grades are going to look like. Let's see how that breaks down. 20% for the midterm exam, 30% for your assignments. Those are going to be your article write-ups. 20% for your course participation. That's going to be your weekly check-ins. And 30% for the final project. We're going to grade you on this standard 10-point scale, but hopefully none of you have to worry about the bottom half of that scale. So what is the course going to look like moving forward? Well, we already know today it's the course introduction, and at the end of today, you need to send me your introductory email with that key text. We're going to break the course into what I like to think of as 3 units. This is dollars and cents. The first unit is cents. That's going to be some critical thinking questions. The next unit is dollars, and it's going to be some foundational questions in terms of economics, in terms of supply and demand, in terms of how we define how an economy is doing. From there, we'll take the midterm exam, and then we'll move on to that third unit, dollars and cents. And that's really taking these foundations that we learn and applying them to a budget concept. In between, we're going to have a guest lecture from Barb. That's pre-recorded just like this video, but there will be a live Q&A that's optional. Those of you who can't make the Q&A, just submit any questions you want beforehand, and hopefully we'll have time for her to answer them. And then in that final week of the third week, what we're going to do is talk about various things for our budget. Saving, earning, spending, retirement. No lecture on that last Friday. I want that to be a work day for all of you, particularly because some of you may be less familiar with the spreadsheet programs, and your final project is due Monday, May 11th. That's all we have to do for this class. Please send me your introductory emails. Please let me know if anything is unclear. I'm sorry we can't be face-to-face, but I really do look forward to getting to know all of you, both through this remote class and once we are all back at Sweetbriar together. So thanks so much. Good luck. It'll move quickly, but it'll move hopefully in a fun and fair way. And with that, safe passage to everyone. Tomorrow's lecture will be a little bit longer than the other ones, but we should level out pretty quickly. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you all soon.